For this lesson, we're going to start looking at adding and subtracting polynomials. And if you look at our first example, we have 2x squared plus 5x minus 7 plus 3 minus 4x squared plus 6x. And it's important to remember that when we are adding and subtracting polynomials, that we can only add and subtract polynomials that have the same degree. So think of our like terms. We need to combine things that look the same. So if I have a 2x squared, I need to match that up with something else that is a x squared. And that term would be this minus 4x squared. So a 2x squared minus 4x squared equals negative 2x squared. And using that same method as we did in our last lesson, I'm going to use that cross-out method so that I know that I can already get rid of those terms because I've already crossed them out. Then I'm going to have this 5x, and I'm going to add that to 6x, which gives me 11x. And then I have all that's left is a negative 7 plus 3, which gives me negative 4. So my new polynomial is a negative 2x squared plus 11x minus 4. And when you are writing your new answers, make sure that you're writing that in standard form so you have your highest degree to your lowest degree. So I have my highest all the way down to my constant. Let's go ahead and take a look at another example. 5x squared minus 3x plus 4 plus 6x minus 3x squared minus 3. So I'm going to start with my highest degree, which is 2. So 5x squared plus a negative 3x squared gives me 2x squared. Cross those terms off because I've already used them. Then I have a negative 3x plus a 6x, which gives me positive 3x. And I'm going to cross those terms off. And then I have 4 plus a negative 3, which is just leaving me with 1. So my final answer is 2x squared plus 3x plus 1, and it's already in standard form. Go ahead and pause the video and try this one on your own. So when I start to add these two polynomials, I'm going to start with my highest degree, which is a 4. So I have a y to the 4th plus a negative 2y to the 4th. So that becomes negative 1y to the 4th, or you can even write that as just negative y to the 4th, because remember that there's that understood coefficient of a 1 in front of any variable. Then my next degree that I see is a 2y to the 3rd. And as I look between both of my polynomials, I see that there's not another term that's a degree 3. So I'm just going to rewrite that degree. So I have plus 2y to the 3rd. I'm going to cross that one off. Then I have a negative 3y plus 2y. And I get just minus y again. So I have that negative 1y. I'm going to cross that off. And then I'm left with 7 plus negative 11, which gives me negative 4. So my final answer is negative y to the 4th plus 2y cubed minus y minus 4. When subtracting polynomials, I am going to actually distribute my subtraction sign to each one of the terms inside the polynomial. And then I'm going to add. So basically I'm keep, add, change, but I have to distribute that negative sign first. So to rewrite my new combination of polynomials, I'm going to have that 3 minus 2x plus 2x squared. And then I'm going to add, and when I distribute this negative sign to each one of my terms, I get a negative 4x. And then that negative with a negative 5 becomes a plus 5 minus 3x squared. And now I can just go ahead and add my two polynomials. So I'm going to start with my highest degree, which is 2. So a 2x squared minus 3x squared gives me my negative x squared. Cross those terms off. Then I have negative 2x plus a negative 4x, which gives me a negative 6x. And then I have 3 plus 5, which gives me positive 8. So my final answer is negative x squared minus 6 plus 8. So for this example, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I have the subtraction sign between my two polynomials, so I'm actually going to distribute my subtraction sign to each one of my terms. And so I'm going to rewrite the new polynomial to be 7p plus 4p cubed minus 8 plus a negative 3p squared minus 2 plus 9p. And now I can combine my like terms. So I don't have anything that can be combined with the 4p cubed, so I'm just going to rewrite that. So I have 4p cubed, and then I have minus 3p squared, and then I have a 7p and a 9p, and so when I add those together, I'm going to get a 16p, and then negative 8 plus negative 2 gives me negative 10. So my final answer becomes 4p cubed minus 3p squared plus 16p minus 10. Go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to try this one on your own. So we're going to distribute our negative signs. So I have 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. And I'm going to add that to a 2x cubed minus x squared plus 2. So I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to get a 6x cubed and then minus a 4x squared, because remember that there's an understood 1 in front of that variable. And then I have my plus 6x and then minus 2, because negative 4 plus 2 equals negative 2. So my final answer becomes 6x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 2.